Om Namah Shivaya. Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the ligaments of the hip joint. The ligaments of the hip joint are as follows: capsular ligament, iliofemoral ligament, pubofemoral ligament, ischiofemoral ligament, transverse acetabular ligament, acetabular labrum, and ligamentum teres femoris. Okay. Capsular joint also called joint capsule, and capsular ligament also called joint capsule. Iliofemoral ligament is the strongest of all the ligaments, and the ligamentum teres femoris also called round ligament of the head of the femur. Okay. First, capsular ligament. Capsular ligament. The capsular ligament is a strong and dense fibrous sac which encloses the joint. Its attachment are as under. Capsular ligament is a strong and dense fibrous sac which encloses the joint. Okay. This capsular ligament encloses the joint on the hip bone. Okay. First see on the hip bone. It is attached 5 to 6 mm beyond the acetabular margin. Okay. On the hip bone, it is attached 5 to 6 mm beyond the acetabular margin, outer aspect of the acetabular labrum and transverse acetabular ligament. Okay guys, that means this capsular ligament, when we see on the hip bone, it is attached to the outer aspect of the acetabular labrum. If there are acetabular labrums are them, it is attached on the outer side. Okay, outer side of the acetabular labrum and transverse acetabular ligament. Okay, how much it is attached? 5 to 6 mm beyond the acetabular margin. Okay guys, 5 to 6 mm beyond the acetabular margin. Next, when it coming to the femur, on the femur it is attached anteriorly to intertrochanteric line and posteriorly 1 centimeter in front or medial to intertrochanteric crest. Okay guys, when we see on the femur, it is attached anteriorly to the intertrochanteric line and posteriorly 1 centimeter in front of medial to the intertrochanteric crest. Next, see here, the capsule is thicker anterior-superiorly where the maximal stress occurs, particularly in the standing position. Posterior-inferiorly, it is thin and loosely attached. The capsule is thicker anterior-superiorly where the maximal stress occurs. Anterior-superiorly, maximum stress occurs, particularly in standing position. So, anterior-superiorly, this capsular ligament is thick. Okay, and posterior inferiorly it is thin and loosely attached. Next, the capsule is made up of two types of fibers. This capsule ligament is made up of two types of fibers, inner and outer fibers. This inner is circular fibers and outer is longitudinal fibers. Okay, the inner circular fibers form collar around the femoral neck, that is zona orbicularis. The fibers are not directly attached to the bone. Inner circular fibers form collar around the femoral neck. We call this zona orbicularis. These fibers are not directly attached to the bones. Okay. Next, outer longitudinal fibers are reflected along the neck towards the neck to form the retinacula. The outer longitudinal fibers are reflected along the neck. Outer longitudinal fibers are reflected along the neck toward the head to form the retinacula. Okay, I show you diagram also. The synovial membrane lines inner aspect of the fibrous capsule. Okay, see, synovial membrane lines inner aspect of the fibrous capsule. The intracapsular portion of the femoral neck, glenoid labrum, both surfaces, okay, both surfaces of glenoid labrum, and transverse acetabular ligament and ligamentum teres and fat in the acetabular fossa. It is thin on the deep surface of the iliofemoral ligament where it is compressed against the head. Okay. Synovial membrane lies inner aspect of the fibrous capsule. The intracapsular portion of the femoral neck, glenoid labrum, both sides, both surfaces, okay, it is both surfaces. Transverse acetabular ligament and ligamentum teres and the fat in the acetabular fossa. It is thin on the deep surface of iliofemoral ligament where it is compressed against the head. Okay. Coming to the figures. This figure shows the attachment of capsular ligament of hip joint on femur. Okay, this figure shows the attachment of capsular joint on the head of the femur. See this, guys. First, see the parts. This is intertrochanteric line, neck of the femur where the synovial membrane is attached on the femur. Okay, and this is the head of the femur and this is fovea. Okay, fovea, head of the femur, and synovial membrane. This synovial membrane is present in inner aspect of the capsular ligament. Okay, this is the capsular ligament. It is present inner aspect of the capsular ligament. See here also, this is the capsular ligament and this synovial membrane is present on inner aspect of the capsular ligament. Okay, and see here, this is the intertrochanteric crust. See here, intertrochanteric crust. See some upward projection like structure here. Okay, and next, coming to the attachment of capsular ligament. Okay, this capsular ligament is attached anteriorly to the intertrochanteric line. This capsular ligament is attached anteriorly to the intertrochanteric line. When we see it in posterior, this capsular ligament is attached in front or medial to trochanteric crust. This is the trochanteric crust. The capsular ligament is attached in front or medial to intertrochanteric crust. Clear, guys? Okay. Next, coming to another figure. See this, guys. This figure shows the fibers of fibrous capsule or capsular ligament. Okay, it consists of two types of fibers. Okay, it consists of two types of fibers. One is inner circular fibers and outer longitudinal fibers. Okay, and here also this diagram also shows the attachment of fibrous capsule on acetabular labrum. Okay, see this, guys. In this figure, this is the capsular ligament. This is the fibrous capsule. Okay, this is the fibrous capsule. Okay, this is the fibrous capsule, and this fibrous capsule is attached to the, this is the acetabular labrum, attached to the acetabular labrum in outer side. Okay, not on inner side, on outer side, beyond, okay, 5 to 6 millimeters beyond the acetabular labrum. Clear, guys? Next, coming to the fibers of fibrous capsule. It consists of two types of fibers. Okay, coming to this is the orbicularis, zona orbicularis. Okay, This is the zona orbicularis, which is a inner circle of fibers, which is a inner circle of fibers. Okay. This is also zona orbicularis. Okay, there is no direct attachment. Okay, there is no direct attachment on bone for zona orbicularis. See, there is no any direct attachment. See guys, this is also zona orbicularis. This is also zona orbicularis. See, there is no any direct attachment of bone. There is no any attachment on bone for these inner circular fibers are zona orbicularis. Okay, when it coming to the retinacular fibers, it runs these are outer longitudinal fibers which run vertically on neck of the femur, These are the retinacular fibers. Okay, and this is the synovial membrane, which is present inside of the fibrous capsule or capsular ligament. Next, coming to other parts. This is the transverse acetabular ligament. Okay, this is the ligament of head of the femur. Acetabular fat, ligament of head of the femur, transverse ligament. Okay, transverse acetabular ligament. Okay guys, next coming to the iliofemoral ligament, or this is also called ligament of Bigelow. Iliofemoral ligament is inverted Y-shaped ligament which lies anteriorly and intimately blend with the capsule. Iliofemoral ligament is inverted Y-shaped ligament which lies anteriorly and intimately blend with the capsule. Its apex is attached to the lower half of the anterior inferior iliac spine and area between it and above acetabular margin. Its base is attached to the intertrochanteric line. Okay, this ligament consists of three parts. Once again, see, iliofemoral ligament is the inverted Y-shaped ligament which lies anteriorly and intimately blend with the capsule. See this figure guys, this is the iliofemoral ligament. Okay, this is the iliofemoral ligament which is blend with the capsule. Okay, which is blend with the capsule but is not shown here. It is attached above to the, see, it is attached above to the anterior inferior iliac spine. This is the anterior inferior iliac spine. Above it is attached to the anterior inferior iliac spine and below it is attached to the intertrochanteric line. See here, it is inferiorly attached to the intertrochanteric line and superiorly it is attached to the anterior inferior iliac spine. Okay guys, it blend with the capsular ligament. See, its apex is attached to the lower half of the anterior inferior iliac spine and area between it and above acetabular margin. Its base is attached to the intertrochanteric line. Remember, the above it is to anterior inferior iliac spine, below to intertrochanteric line. Okay, next coming to parts. Okay, this iliofemoral ligament consists of three parts: a lateral thick band of oblique fibers, medial thick band of vertical fibers, and large central thin portion. Okay, lateral thick band of oblique fibers, medial thick band of vertical fibers, and large central thin portion. See guys, if you see this figure, you may get clarity. This iliofemoral ligament consists of three parts: lateral, medial, and central. Okay. This lateral one is obliquely present. See obliquely. This lateral thick band is obliquely present, and this medial thick band is vertical fibers. Okay. And when it coming to the center, it is the large central portion. Okay, large central thin portion. This one is lateral oblique thick band, central vertical thick band, and this is central thin portion. Clear? Next, iliofemoral ligament is the strongest ligament of body and prevents the trunk from falling backward in the standing posture. Okay, which is the strongest ligament of the body? It is the iliofemoral ligament. It prevents the trunk from falling backward in the standing posture. Next, it may also ask in different way, which ligament prevents the trunk from falling backward in standing posture? It is also same. It is iliofemoral ligament. Okay. Next, coming to the pubofemoral ligament. The pubofemoral ligament is a triangular ligament with base above and apex below. Pubofemoral ligament is a triangular ligament with base above, apex below. See this figure guys. If you see this figure, you may observe this pubofemoral ligament. Okay, this is the pubofemoral ligament. If you observe here, it is relatively triangular in shape. See, it is relatively triangular in shape, and in this triangle, this is the base and this is the apex. This base is attached to the this base is above. Okay, first see here, base is above, apex is below. Okay, next coming to, it lies inferior medially. Okay, it lies inferior medially. See, it lies medially. Okay, this is medial and this is lateral. Okay, it lies inferior medially. Okay, next is the other point, and supports the joint on the this aspect. In this aspect, this joint supports. Okay, supports the joint. Its base is attached to the iliopubic eminence, superior pubic ramus, and obturator crust. See, its base is attached to the iliopubic eminence, superior pubic ramus, and obturator crust. See here guys, just remember the only one. This base is attached to the, this is the base of the pubofemoral ligament, and this base is attached to the iliopubic eminence. Okay, and some other also there, superior pubic ramus and obturator crust. Remember iliopubic eminence. Okay, and when it coming to the inferiorly, it blends with the anterior inferior part of the capsule and medial band of the iliofemoral ligament. Inferiorly, it blends with anterior inferior part of the capsule and medial band of iliofemoral ligament. In this figure, we can't see the fibrous capsule. Okay, just imagine guys, this apex is attached inferiorly, it is attached to the anterior inferior portion of fibrous capsule and it blends with the, this is the medial vertical thick band of iliofemoral ligament. Okay, this is the medial thick band of iliofemoral ligament. Okay, and this fibofemoral ligament apex is attached to the medial vertical thick band of iliofemoral ligament. It is blends with. Okay, next, when coming to it is ischiofemoral ligament. Ischiofemoral ligament is vertically weak and supports the capsule posteriorly. Ischiofemoral ligament is relatively weak and supports capsule posteriorly. Above it is attached to the ischium, posterior inferior to the acetabulum. Above it is attached to the ischium, posterior inferior to acetabulum. Okay, see this figure, guys. This is the ischiofemoral ligament. And here it is attached to the ischium. Okay, and above it is attached to the ischium, posterior inferior to acetabulum. Okay, ischiofemoral ligament. In hip bone it is attached to the ischium. Okay, from ischium, okay, above it is attached to the ischium, posterior inferior to acetabulum. From ischium, its fibers spiral behind the femoral neck to be attached in the greater trochanter deep to the iliofemoral ligament. This ischiofemoral ligament undergoes spiral. See guys, here this iliofemoral ligament undergoes spiral and attached to the greater trochanter of this femur below the iliofemoral ligament. Okay, undergoes spiral deep to the iliofemoral ligament. Next, round ligament of the head of the femur. This round ligament of head of femur, this ligament also called ligamentum teres of head of the femur. It is a flat triangular ligament with apex attached to the fovea of the head and its base to the transverse acetabular ligament. This ligament is also called ligamentum teres of head of femur. It is flat triangular ligament with apex attached to the fovea of head and its base to the transverse acetabular ligamentum. See this figure, guys. This is the ligament of head of the femur or ligamentum teres. Okay, and here this apex is attached to the head of the femur. See our fovea of the femur. This apex of round ligament of head of the femur is attached to the fovea of the head of the femur and the base is attached to the transverse acetabular ligament. This is the transverse acetabular ligament. Here this ligament is attached, ligamentum teres is attached to the fovea of the femur to the and the apex is attached to fovea of the femur and the base is attached to the transverse acetabular ligament. Okay, see this, guys. This is the acetabular labrum, transverse acetabular ligament, ligament of head of the femur, Next here, it is unsheathed by a conical reflection of synovial membrane. It does not increase the stability of the joint. It does not increase the stability of the joint. It transmits arteries to the head of the femur, derived from the acetabular branches of the obturator and medial circumflex femoral arteries. It does not increase the stability of the joint. It transmits arteries to the head of the femur, derived from acetabular branch of the obturator and medial circumflex femoral arteries. It transmits arteries to the head of the femur derived from acetabular branches of the obturator and medial circumflex femoral arteries. Next, morphologically, the ligament of head of the femur represents part of the capsule that has been included within the joint. Morphologically, ligament of head of the femur represents the part of the capsule that has been included within the joint. Next, acetabular labrum. Acetabular labrum is a fibrocartilaginous rim attached to the acetabular margin. Acetabular labrum is a fibrocartilaginous rim attached to the acetabular margin. It is triangular in cross section. The labrum not only depends on the acetabulum, that is socket, but grasps the head of the femur tightly to hold it in position. Acetabular labrum. Acetabular labrum is a fibrocartilaginous rim attached to the acetabular margin. It is triangular in cross section. The labrum not only deepens the acetabulum socket but grasps the head of the femur lightly to hold it in position. Next, transverse acetabular ligament. It is a part of the acetabular labrum which bridges the acetabular notch. However, it is devoid of cartilage cells. The acetabular notch thus becomes converted into foramen. The acetabular notch thus becomes converted into foramen, which transmits the acetabular vessels and nerves to the hip joint. Transverse acetabular ligament is a part of acetabular labrum which bridges the acetabular notch. However, it is devoid of cartilage cells. The acetabular notch thus becomes converted into the foramen, which transmits the acetabular vessels and nerves to the hip joint. Okay. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.